Hey everyone, Thermal64 here, and today we're here to begin Sonic Free Riders for the Xbox 360. I know it's Kinect only, but you know, since the entirety of this patch is based on the no Kinect, it's just the 360 now. Now, we did finish the tutorial on the last part of this, so what we're gonna do for this is we're actually gonna begin the story mode, which is the World Grand Prix mode right here.
Enter the World Grand Prix and challenge yourself to a variety of missions.
Right out the gate, there's a cutscene.
Ho, 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 ho! Greetings, world! Another Grand Prix is set to begin! Your host, as always, is that's right, King Doc of, Toric Mania! So, if you think you're fast, grab an extreme gear and come prove it! The winning team gets a disgustingly large cash prize and a mid-sized mountain of treasure! Just don't expect it to be easy! You'll be racing across the world through hill and dale, from simple circuits to challenges of mind-numbing complexity. If you want to know more, come see for yourself! Ooh, and the opening ceremony's about to begin! Don't be late!
Did you folks hear that? Big news! There's no way you can pass up a challenge this juicy. So hurry up, grab those gears, and come on down. And I'll see you at the races.
In true Sonic Riders fashion, we have two options. Team Heroes and Team Babylon. Kinda weird that they gave us these options right out the gate, but hey. We're gonna go ahead and start off with Team Heroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Grand Prix is finally set to begin. Once again, we've got every speed freak, gearhead, powerhouse, and ace racer from all over the world here to compete. And bringing it all to you live, I'm Omachow, your eyes in the sky. The opening ceremony's just come to a close, and the riders are lining up for the first race. Oh, and here's Team Heroes now, hitting the track right on time. Let's try to snag an interview before the race. So, how are you guys feeling today?
Feeling good. I'm looking forward to seeing the sights as I tear through such a beautiful town.
Just make sure you take enough time to tune up your gear, okay, Sonic? You always leave all the tech work to me.
Well, of course. I know you'll do it better than anybody else.
How long are they gonna make us wait? All this pent-up energy is making me itch. Come on, let's do this thing!
Hang in there, Knuckles. Though, is it just me, or does this race seem fishy?
Smells more like egg than fish to me. He should just come out and challenge us. I'll take him on any time.
Team Heroes is brimming with confidence. Now let's go check with the opposing team.
Wow, Sonic's here too? What a coincidence! No, this must be fate.
Yeah, you're a terrible actress. We all know you followed him here.
I don't recall asking you. Now shush, would you? Hello, Mr. Sonic, Mr. Tails, Mr. Knuckles. May the best team win. Oh, but please go easy on us.
Wait, we're going up against them? Seriously?
At least it'll be a good race.
You've gotta be kidding me! This won't even count as a warm-up, man!
Between Team Heroes' confidence and Team Rose's eagerness, we're in for a treat today. Now let's watch the race.
Yeah, the cutscenes are definitely a step down from the two previous games. Alright, let's begin. So, in true Sonic Riders fashion, we gotta actually do our first race where we have to at least get in a third on a rather beautiful, if not fairly basic course. Not necessarily just by design, but... Well, actually, yeah, that and even a little bit by the music, but hey, there's actually a reason for that. But Of course, the main difference on this, outside of the patch, is the fact that you're playing this entire game with the Kinect controls. And for those who were unfortunate / fortunate enough, depending on which games you played, enough to miss out on the Kinect, think what the Wii Remote has done, or better yet, what the iToy did. Combine that with the Wii Remote and then make it so your entire body has to move. That's what the Kinect was. What's funny is that there's actually an enemy that in Ukulele that looks literally like the Kinect if you want to point a reference to what it looks like. But other than all that, if you remember the tutorial, it's all fairly basic and it's just one lap. There's mission ranks for this, of course, so we are going to need to do these in all S ranks if we want to unlock Supersonic. You know what the unlock is going to be for. Let's not pretend here.
Yeesh, Sonic! Would it have killed you to go a little easy out there?
Hey, this is a serious competition, Amy.
Chivalry is serious business, too. I'm a lady!
Hey, Tails, Knuckles, back me up on this, would you?
You know that Sonic never holds back, Amy. I thought you liked that about him.
But I'm supposed to be the one exception.
Exceptionally dense.
Forget this talk about going easy. We'll beat you guys next time.
I really look forward to racing with all of you again.
Now, also in true Sonic Brothers fashion,
Come on! Yeah!
Frick, we're playing through the challenges where you play in the course again, one lap of course, but the condition is that now you have to play in different missions, this one being used to have to get rings. It's kind of unfortunate that the Kinect was as unresponsive as it is, because believe it or not, at some point when I was getting this considered for recording, I was actually considering doing like an extra part where I show off the Kinect controls. But because of how much of a freaking health hazard that using this thing is for this game in particular, there may be some other Kinect games, but I know this one for a fact is very dangerous for you to use. But it's for that reason that I pretty much opted out of that, and instead we'll just show off some of the other modes in Free Riders. I think that's a bit beneficial for both of us, no? But if you do remember the tutorial episode I did earlier, this is pretty much just me putting that to use, including this where all you have to do if you're using an Xbox controller is hold X, and I really need to emphasize if you're using an Xbox controller, you hold X. But all that aside, I do think the challenges are a bit more interesting than the actual main races. Because for one thing, they're all one singular lap, and this one's about the time limit, but it was still one lap basically. There are some unique conditions that work with the Kinect controls that I felt like that made the whole thing interesting enough to be like their own thing, but you know, because the racing is only one lap as opposed to 3 or even 2, I can't really appreciate the levels enough, unfortunately. That's basically another issue. Like for this one, for example, the grinding. I think that if it weren't for the Kinect controls, this game would probably have the most interesting, I would say, grinding mechanic in the entire game, in the entire series. Because like the idea of balancing yourself in order to get more speed, I thought was a legitimately cool concept. Like this right here. Like some instances you don't move at all, other instances you have to move left or right in order to get that speed increase. I don't know, I just thought that just having that little bit of active grinding on it made this whole thing a bit more interesting than just jumping on it. And it's basically a cutscene just waiting for it to finish. A cool cutscene in the other games, mind you, but still a cutscene.
Ooh, it's all your fault we lost, Sonic. You better make it up to me by taking me out tonight. You owe me.
Wait, why do I owe you a date for winning a race?
You guys are so amazing. We'll have to start practicing harder than ever now.
Dang it! My reward money is slipping away!
Congratulations! Can we get a comment on your stellar victory?
Well, by the time we stopped to look around, it was over and we'd already won.
If we let a little victory like this go to our heads, we're done for.
Agreed. I'd suggest you beat us before getting excited.
Why don't you boys spare us all the effort and just head home now? That prize purse and treasure are coming back with us.
So, who's the last member of Team Dark?
Uh-oh, the little deer's run off again. There he is. He might not look it, but he packs quite a punch.
Is it just me or does that robot look more than a little familiar? Well, anyway, I'm sure we're all in for another heart-pounding race.
I'm not sure why they put that in for Amachild, like in retrospect, because the thing is, there is a mass-produced version of the E10000 series, and it is literally the E10000 series from the first Riders game.
I'll do my best.
Right here.
Come on. Yeah.
Frick. It's literally the thing is that particular version for the story mode is just blue. That's literally it. It's not anything different. It's not like the E10000R series where at least that version changed from power to speed. It's literally the same thing but blue. But there's also this right here where you're trying to get the S rank for getting the most amount of tricks on this. If you played this on the original and just could not time it for the life of you, again because of the unresponsiveness of the Kinect, you probably would maybe, only maybe see freaking an S rank. Only maybe. It's very generous just for that fact though. I'm kind of glad they actually considered that the Kinect may be a little bit troubling for being responsive. I just kind of wish they actually improved on it rather than working on essentially, I don't want to say dumbing it down, but lowering the S rank requirement, effectively speaking. And now we get Knuckles. I'm going to be skipping these for the next part, but for this, we're just looking at this. For the patch, you have to actively not touch the stick, or else you're going to have some steering trouble for this.
Step aside. Here we go.
And for power, for some reason, they give you like a huge amount of like time to just shoot this thing out. Like, look how far that went. I kind of like thinking about it, like thinking back on this. Keep in mind that this game came out in 2010, the same time, like specifically around the same time the Sonic Colors for the Wii did. Not only do I kind of wait for this to be the game they get on the 360, but also the fact that the people who play Sonic games on PlayStation don't even get the games. Like, they didn't get Colors until the PS4 Xbox One version with the remastered version, Sonic Colors Ultimate. The last game they had before this, and before Generations, the year after, was 06. And it was the worst version of 06. The worst of the two. It was hard, dude. Like, and this is on top of the fact that the PS2 version of a lot of Sonic games were not technically sound whatsoever.
Hey, robot! Just what are you up to?
Don't blame your own poor performance on my teammate.
What'd you say?
Now, let's all stay calm here. There's no need for fighting, folks.
I know what I saw. He was making these weird clicking sounds and moving around all funny-like.
You say there was foul play. If so, this is a very serious problem. All right, let's roll back the tape. I'm not picking up any strange sounds here. Are you sure?
Neither of us heard anything either, Knuckles.
You sure you're not just imagining things, buddy?
Just watch it. I got my eyes on you.
Why would we cheat anyway? This is going to be a breeze for us.
Well, just keep it above board, would ya?
Again, I get that one, but come on, bro. It just does. These jokes just don't land. That's probably the worst thing about the writing on this particular game. The jokes they make for this just do not land. Oh dang! All right, Wave. But yeah, for some reason we actually get to see freaking Shadow and Rouge actually in the cutscenes now. Where, you know, before it was just freaking Heroes in Babylon. Not to mention the fact that the story actually takes place on the World Grand Prix versus effectively playing the races, but you weren't really engaging with any of it until you got to the actual races. So I will give the game credit on that. I just wish that the freaking they put a little bit more focus on that than like the weak trash talking, the god awful jokes, and all that other stuff. Basically, it just don't earn it. Basically, that's pretty much all I can say about the writing versus the actual gameplay. Where minus the Kinect, it's fairly basic in how a lot of these work, and it is, and I really cannot emphasize this enough. A lot of the rather simplistic design. Not just the like board and everything, but the actual courses and all that. All that is just because of the Kinect. If it was on an actual controller, I feel like we would have seen more expressive stage design. Definitely better boards. I'm sorry to say this, but like, even with the patch where I can actually play the game and just realize that the game is simpler in design for the courses, I can't forgive the way that boards are practically all the same looking now. Well, most of them. Like the bikes are actually pretty cool, but we'll get to that in the extras.
We lost to them? This is ridiculous.
You boys weren't half bad out there. It hurts to say it, but at this rate, you might just win the championship.
Well, that's what we came here to do.
Just be careful, or I might decide to run off with a cash prize and treasure before you have a chance to collect.
That's the only part of this you actually care about, isn't it?
And just exactly what's wrong with being in it for the treasure?
Regardless of why we're here, this Grand Prix is ours, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Not happening, punks. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
Jet, why am I not surprised to see you in the finals?
I hope the fastest thing on land upped his game a bit.
It's time we finally settled this feud. Yeah, that.
Wow, tripped over a monosyllabic word, Storm. Good for you.
Sparks are flying from both Team Heroes and Team Babylon, and the race hasn't even begun yet. I'm eager to see how this epic food plays out. Feud. Man, now he's got me doing it.
I got no words on that. But the words I do have, what the heck happened to Jet's voice? Like, it's no secret that this and Colors were the first games to get an entire recasting for a good chunk of the roster. But good freaking lord, some of these choices, man. Some of these choices. I'm not even hating on like the people that got it themselves, but what the frick is that direction, dude? It'd be one thing if Wave sounded like that, but Jet? Why? And we gotta play him when we get to Babylon. Oh my god. Maybe it'll sound better in actual gameplay than the cutscenes. This is not the first time we had something like that, so maybe that'll be the case. Just please don't let this man talk. Don't let this man cook. Just oh my goodness. But anyway, the volcano. That's another thing. I know I've said before and over again, but the basic designs don't just go off of the courses not being like super crazy, but also in just the themes are. You can literally expect what themes are going to be in this game. Like, just guess right now, and you'll probably find it here. Guess right now. Yep, that one. Yep, that one too. Okay, not that one. I actually do like that they put like a little bit of a town, like an actual town for that one. So I'll give them credit for that, but it's basically the same thing. And yes, I'm not going to show off the full course on that one though. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. So, the calibration tools that we keep seeing on this is effectively the loading screen. And while it's very cool that we do get to see how that looks and how the turning and everything's good, well not good, but how it goes. Now Storm's making me do this crap. God freaking dang it. It's just, I kind of wish you could actually play on that course, you know, like just for multiplayer if nothing else. And that's another thing I almost forgot about this. This game doesn't have a battle mode of any sort. Like all it has is just the racing. And I know some people will be like, but come on dude, you don't play a racing game for battling. And that's true, but it's like, come on, every other game, even the latest Mario Kart can include that stuff. Come on bro, come on bro. And this game has a lot more items than either of the two games, so it's a really missed opportunity.
Your gear is still as amazing as ever, Wave.
Is that supposed to be sarcasm, Shrimp?
What? No, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, a loss is still a loss. It looks like you're starting to get a rudimentary grip on the gear yourself.
Don't let her get to you. It takes a lot more than just gear specs to win a race.
Wow, you guys got good at this. If we ain't careful, you really might win the championship.
Ah, the both of you are useless. Looks like I'm gonna have to get serious if we want to win this.
How about you get serious and just admit that we've got you beat, Jet?
The competition's just getting started. Let's go, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, I'm ready when you are.
Like, I look, I'm gonna put an image on the screen here. Tell me that does not sound like hell. Tell me that Jet does not sound like hell. I want you to sit there square on your screen and tell me he does not sound like, that does not sound like him. Ooh, that was good timing. Alright, thanks. Like, just try it. You can even hear it from the back! Low-key pause on that. But like, come on, dude. I will say this though. Just like the zero gravity, I do think the little quarter pipe tricking system is actually pretty cool. Even if there's no like secret shortcut or anything tied to it. Just having it is nice. I kind of wish that freaking... Whoa, that was cool. But I kind of wish that the first Sonic Brothers game had something like that where it's like, it's just in there. And yeah, as you probably expected, because we're playing this with the Kinect controls, even the AI are just not the craziest.
Sweet!
Like, it's to be expected, but it's like, come on, man.
Congratulations on your amazing victory! Leave it to Team Heroes to never disappoint their fan base. Can I get a comment for all the folks watching at home?
Too easy. That was a piece of cake.
Jet's probably off crying someplace right about now.
What the heck was that, Wave? Did you even tune our gear before the race?
The specs should have been totally optimized.
Yeah, well, halfway through the race, I started losing power.
That shouldn't be possible.
Well, it ain't the boss's fault. If he says he lost because of you, it's because of you.
Nobody asked you. Now hush a minute. I'm thinking.
It sounds like Team Babylon had some tech trouble out on the track. I smell a scandal in here somewhere. Let's get the details.
If you like, I could take a look at your gear, maybe help see what went wrong with them. Keep your mitts off. I'm sorry. It seems the radiator module on the core unit got shaken loose.
But how is that? And why now, during this race?
Sounds like this calls for a rematch.
If we lost, we lost. Just know that you guys got lucky this time.
But it was mechanical trouble that slowed you up, right? That shouldn't count.
You sure you want to risk a rematch? I promise you right now, you'll regret it.
Hey, you're the one who stands to lose his excuse.
Whoa, sounds like we've got a revenge match on our hands, folks. Will Rage drive Team Babylon to victory this time? Don't anybody blink, because this is going to be great!
Alright, and this is our first of potentially a couple of rival duels. I'm glad they have these in here. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just having it where it just be solo rather than like make the character who's supposed to be the one you're fighting be just better than the rest. And believe it or not, unlike the rest of the game, these races are entirely 3 laps. So this is actually going to be decent in terms of like how it gets played out. But this is also a good time to introduce something that is pretty cool about Free Riders. This is technically the extra version of the course. So as I mentioned before, a lot of courses are on the basic side of things when we first start out, but that's because there's an extra version that not only is longer, but it also features a lot more cool stuff to it. Ooh. You won't see it in action right away, but it is there. Actually, no, this isn't the one, I think. Yeah, I don't think this is the extra version, but there are extra versions in this. I think I have to play some of the other stories in the game to get the extra versions instead. God, I don't want to hear him from there. Enough! But yeah, a lot of the mechanics do transfer over. Having a good trick rank also means you get a good speed boost. Having a good head start gives you a good speed boost. Doing the spinning tricks usually gives you an extra speed boost on it as well. You know, the higher ranks. Like, they all play a part in this. That's really about that. Because like the thing is, there is another mechanic that I haven't talked about yet, but doesn't have any particular use as of this moment, which is of course the switching. If you switch, you can just be able to swap between either having access to a shortcut or to something like a basic stat boost, or even access to another shortcut, which is actually pretty cool for like the adaptation placed off for these races. I just wish that a lot of the courses have some unique, unique pathways for these shortcuts for them to actually be like worth putting them on this. Because the thing is, there are 2 slots. For boards, there's 2 slots with some exceptions. On the bike, there's 1 slot because technically bike is power. Again, with some exceptions. And there's no skating in this whatsoever. That's like the worst part. Like, no skating whatsoever. Although I can see why they wouldn't be able to put that in there, because how in the world are they going to make that work for the Kinect? That being said, there are actually a lot of things I want to talk about with the 360 itself. I don't know how many of you remember something like Viva Pinata, for example. Anyone here remember that? No? That fun little series that used to be on 4Kids, had its own game on the 360, Xbox Live Arcade, even a little demo of it. It was, I don't know, it's like between this and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, there was like a clear like subgenre that was popping off at the time.
Youch! That race was white hot! I could feel the heat even from here! This time around, we've got an undisputed winner. Now let's see if we can get a word from our new champs. How's it feel?
It feels incredible.
I'm finally feeling more confident working with extreme gear.
I had a good time too. Always do when I get a chance to shut that Jet punk up.
Speaking of, how's Jet taking it?
The 3 of them already left for home. But we still may be able to get them on for a comment. Let's try to track them down.
What? Boss, there's a camera following after us!
Ugh, what do you people want? Was there really any need to follow us?
Hey Jet, thanks for the great race. I had fun.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be payback for this. You just wait, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Man, I'll look forward to that.
And it's a surprisingly sportsmanlike finish between these 2 rivals. Though I get the feeling the feud between them is just getting started. I can't wait for the next race that brings these 2 powerhouses together. Until that day, this is Omochow signing off. Bye-bye!
Toxic. Like, not necessarily, not even Sonic, but Omochow. Toxic. Toxic. Saying, oh, let's go ahead and follow Team Babylon, who just lost for an interview. Toxic. Anyway, in the next part, we'll begin Team Babylon's story, and honestly, I'm kind of sad now. That's pretty much going to be it for this game's story. But hey, that's just what it is. This is Toys Support Sonic. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay insane, stay natural fueled, stay tuned to Jet alive, and of course, as always, stay warped to the next speed. Stay warped!